Hello, and welcome to Memphis on the Mark. I am Mark, your hostess, and with me today is Ryan Watt. Ryan, you are the director of this year's Indie Memphis Film Festival.
I am.
Now, is that a punishment? I mean, how did you get this job? You were available.
Well, I'm a board member and I volunteered, so yeah, whether it's a punishment or opportunity, I'm gonna enjoy it.
Well, you should. It's a wonderful festival. This is your 18th year?
Yes, the 18th year of the festival and the 7th year I've been involved as a volunteer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
great. So I guess the big thing, the big question is, when is the festival?
So this year it's over 8 days. In the past we've been a long weekend, 3.5 days. Now it's 8 days.
Oh, wow.
And it's now the first week of November. We used to be Halloween. There's a lot of conflicts. It was just tough for people to get out. So now we start November 3rd and go through November 10th.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, because you got trick-or-treaters, and you're taking kids' parties, and...
Yeah, everyone had conflicts. It just made it tough. And we've also expanded to downtown. So we're still in Overton Square during the weekend, but on the weeknights, some of the big films will be at the Orpheum's new Halloran Center downtown on South Main, right next door to the Orpheum.
Oh, wow, so that's not even open yet.
Yeah, at the time of recording this, it opens like in days, but I think by the time this airs, it probably will have just opened.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
And how many does that seat? Do you know?
They say 361.
All right.
I've not counted them myself.
That's about the same size as Playhouse on the Square, isn't
Exactly, and so we're basically kind of trading venues for our big gala screenings. The one downside of moving away from Halloween is that it was already booked the next week for Peter Pan for Playhouse. So we're disappointed to not be in Playhouse this year, but it was just kind of fortunate timing that the Halloran opened right time for the festival.
Oh, great.
And so that helped encourage us to make the move downtown. But we've always been looking for ways to kind of expand the festival to new audiences. And there's so many residents and walking distance of South Main. I think it's a big opportunity.
Oh, I think so too. It'd be nice to. It used to be downtown.
Yes, 2006, I believe, was our last year at the old Movico at Peabody Place.
Movico.
So we're moving back. It was Beale Street briefly before that.
I remember the Beale Street year. I remember the Movico years as well. Beale Street was it was a great scene out on the street, but some of the venues were like above bars.
Yeah.
And so you had you're trying to watch a movie, and then you've got noise from the band downstairs.
Yeah.
But they were also at the Orpheum, and then a few. I think maybe the New Daisy showed a film or two, but not every venue was built to show movies.
Yeah, I was still in college then, but everyone's told me that as cool as it was to just walk out on Beale Street, the noise level was not ideal for watching movies.
Yeah.
So.
Well, this would be nice because you're kind of at the end of Beale Street, so you could walk out the front door,
right off it,
and walk down into Beale Street.
Yeah.
But you're in a building that's made for films.
Exactly. I'll plug a movie that relates to that I don't think we have actually announced yet, but many people know Robert Gordon in town, and recently Best of Enemies, we helped host their screenings with him in attendance at Ridgeway. So we're going to show his first ever short film, All Day and All Night, about Beale Street that the Center for Southern Folklore produced. And it's going to be restored, first time anyone's ever seen it restored from its original film. Right now it's only available as a grainy VHS. And so, you'll be able to see it downtown right off Beale Street as part of the beginning of the festival. So that'll be a cool one.
That'll be sweet. That'll be sweet. Well, what are any other movies that are playing?
Yeah, so we just made an announcement of 7 movies that we're going to be playing at the festival. We haven't announced all the hometowners yet. There's gonna be a lot of Memphis content, but the one the one we did announce is The Keepers.
Oh, right.
Yeah, by Joanne Self and Sarah K. Larson, all about the Memphis Zoo. I'm sure a lot of people have heard about this movie for a few years. It had a big Kickstarter drive that hundreds of people gave to. Obviously, everyone loves the Memphis Zoo. You've never seen the zoo like this from this angle. I mean, they gave them complete access behind the scenes. And you'll never go back to the zoo and think of things the same way. You'll start thinking of what it's like to be a zookeeper and handle wild animals. It's pretty cool.
Wow. Well, I think we've got a clip of some shorts. I mean, a little clip to show.
Yeah, we brought a video that just highlights these first 7 movies.
Okay, well, let's roll that clip. Wow, that was interesting.
Yeah, we're excited. I mean, it's a real variety of movies.
You should be. You should be. And you're going to have, you say, a good number of local films.
Yeah, I mean, at least from the past 3 or 4 years, I feel like this is the strongest local submissions we've gotten as far as quality and quantity. We're going to have a number of features we haven't announced yet, in addition to the keepers that are hometowners, and then a bunch of shorts blocks of narratives and documentaries.
That's great. That's great. And also, you've been involved with the indie grants.
Yes, so something that we started last year is we want to also find a way to help Memphis filmmakers make movies in Memphis. Last year it started as $10,000 of total funds, and this year we're up to $16,000 of both cash and some in-kind rental services from Firefly Grip and Lighting. Submissions have already ended, but we'll be announcing at the awards ceremony, which is Saturday night at Circuit Playhouse, the winners of the indie grants. 2 Memphis filmmakers will win $7,500 of cash and value to make a short narrative film, and then we give $500 of cash to 2 people that are likely making their first film or one of their first films.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That is really nice. And I've helped program the Outflix Film Festival, which is the gay and lesbian film festival here. And I have seen like this happen 2 or 3 times, is we'll have a short film come through, it's really good, and then 3 years later, or 2 years later, it'll come back as a feature film.
Yeah. And yeah, sometimes with the exact same title, like that will be the
Exactly.
calling card for the movie.
They'll get funding, and then they can really expand it. So short films are important.
Yeah. One movie we haven't announced yet, but it's like that at the festival this year. There was a short film that won a lot of awards and helped them get the funding, and then it's a big film on the festival scene this year that came because of that short film.
Really?
Other example everyone thinks of last year's Whiplash started as a short film. We showed it at Indie Memphis about a month before it was available, and went on to have a big Oscar run and all of that. So that was from a short film.
I think Napoleon Dynamite started out as a short film.
Yeah, quite a few films have.
I'm making that up. I don't know, maybe making that up. I'm not sure. Okay, the director says I'm not. The director says I'm correct.
Confirmation. Okay. Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Very good. I'm glad he's back there.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's back there. You also have produced films. What's it like to be a producer of a feature film, a local indie film?
Yeah, all the stuff I've worked on has been fairly low budget, so I would describe it as chaos.
Sure. Well, been there, done that.
Yeah. I frankly kind of got into it as kind of a whim. My background's in marketing, and helped some friends make the movie Daylight Fades, Brad Ellis and Alan Gardner, and a group of guys that I grew up with. So I wanted to just help out because I was their friend, and then just kind of dove in, and by the end of it, I guess I was technically a film producer.
Wow!
And just went from there and kept making movies. So.
Very nice, very nice. You're a new father. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Anything you've learned from this experience? Well, I guess that's not a fair question. You've learned a lot.
Yeah.
Was there any advice you got that was helpful, and then maybe some that was not helpful?
Well, it's the main thing is, I mean, you hear advice from everybody, but until you kind of live it, you can't really take it all in. But I mean, basically every decision you make changes in life once you have a kid. You're thinking for more than yourself.
Right.
You realize what a selfish person you are before you have a kid, because then suddenly everything is involving how will this affect the kid and his upbringing. So that, and just at this moment, I'm in the chaos of planning the film festival. So I used to say I don't know how parents do it, and I don't know how we're currently doing it. My wife works a very intense job as well, so we're making it happen. Yeah.
Well, to change it back to the film festival,
Yeah.
How many submissions did you get this year? Do you know?
Well, we did something a little unique this year. We curated the feature films because we went through a transition year. We started almost 2 months behind where we normally would,
right? And
where you have no full-time staff. And so we just kind of looked at the reality of like, okay, we want to make sure this festival is awesome. So we got a bunch of short film submissions. I'm not sure the exact number. We got a lot. Bridget Wheeler is our shorts programmer. She's been reviewing a ton. As far as features, though, we just kind of looked for some of the best across the country. And that was just from a staffing issue. We just couldn't look through hundreds and hundreds of feature films with such a short time period.
Right.
But next year, we will be back to normal submissions.
Okay. You think you'll You hope to be downtown again next year? Or
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of
if this works out. I mean, we'll see. It may be
Yeah, I mean, the reason we made these changes this year is we listened to feedback. So we're going to see what everyone thinks of downtown and just listen to feedback and then plan out next year.
All right. One last thing, you've got something, a big party announcement at the Rec Room.
Oh, right, yeah. So September 30th at the Rec Room. If you haven't heard of that, off Broad Avenue, it's pretty amazing. This warehouse.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Turned into a giant game room for video games. I mean, a little bit of everything, foosball.
1980s games,
yes.
And then all the cool games that the kids are playing these days.
So we always have a big preview party. We announce the whole schedule, show a bunch of trailers. They have these giant 20-foot HD screens. So it's just a big party where you'll get to hear all the films, the schedule, all the details. So September 30th.
At the Rec Room.
At the Rec Room.
Broad Avenue and Tillman.
I know it's close to Tillman. I forget that.
It's right off. I think that's it. Just drive around until you find it.
Yeah, Google Maps.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, Ryan, now's the time I like to do something I call Moments with Mark.
Great.
Today's topic is the Mid-South Coliseum. Memphis needs this arena opened. There's no other plain way to say it. There are 3 other NBA cities that compare to the size and scope of Memphis that have a new arena, and they also have their old arena that's still open. Charlotte, North Carolina, Oklahoma City, and San Antonio, Texas. Each one of those, new arena and an old arena, both open and operating. Memphis has several wonderful outdoor venues for concerts. The Levitt Shell, Tomley Park, Botanic Gardens, Mud Island. These are great areas that seat, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,000 people. Wonderful places for concerts. However, between November 1st and like mid-April, the weather's too cold. It's too much a threat of rain and cold weather. There's no place in Memphis that seats over 2,500 for an indoor concert except the FedEx Forum, which is too big. We need a place for acts to come through and play indoors, and the Coliseum is the place to do it. So I urge the city, open up the Coliseum, renovate, and reopen the Coliseum. Ryan, thank you for being on the show.
Sure, absolutely.
I appreciate it. Good luck with the festival, and I look forward to seeing you on September 30th.
Well, yeah, I know we'll see you at the festival. So.
I will be there.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Great. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Folks, make plans to attend the Indie Memphis Film Festival the 3rd through the 10th of November, Midtown and Downtown, and September 30th at the Rec Room. Support your local filmmakers. Bye-bye.
Well, I'm getting out, cutting